Okay, let's dig into this. Imagine earning, well, pretty significant passive income. We're talking like the sources claim $50 to $500, maybe even more, every day.
Right. And the pitch is you can do this with just your phone, Wi-Fi, and barely any effort. Like hitting some kind of secret money tab.
Exactly. Or they even use language like it's a loophole that feels almost, and this is a quote from the material, illegal, which is quite a statement.
It's definitely a hook designed to grab attention.
Yeah.
So this deep dive, we're focusing specifically on something called Wi-Fi passive income streams, based on the marketing and reviews.
Yeah. And for this, we've got a mix of sources, some reviews, what looks like a main website sales page, and transcripts from a couple of YouTube videos discussing it.
Okay, so our mission today is pretty straightforward. We're going to unpack what these sources say the system is, how they claim it works, who they say it's aimed at, and the kind of results being promised.
But crucially, we also need to look at the other side presented in the material, the points of caution, the potential red flags that some sources also bring up.
It's about getting you the full picture, as presented in these different sources, the good, the bad, the hype, the warnings, so you can understand what's actually being discussed here.
So jumping right in, based on these sources, what is this Wi-Fi passive income streams thing?
Well, it's consistently described as AI-powered and really beginner-friendly. They use terms like a tap-to-earn system.
Or a push-button Wi-Fi system. I saw that too. And the main idea, what it's supposed to do, is instantly activate several affiliate income streams, like 5 or more, they say.
All from your phone or whatever device you're using.
Yeah. And they're specific about the platforms, aren't they?
They are. The sources explicitly name Warrior Plus, JVZoo, ClickBank, and Digistore24 as networks it supposedly integrates with.
Okay. And the big sell, the real promise here, seems to be this idea of automated income, but without needing all the usual stuff, like no audience needed, no product.
No technical skills. You don't have to show your face. You don't even have to actually sell anything in the traditional sense.
That's a long list of things you supposedly don't need. It sounds appealing, especially if you're new to making money online.
Absolutely. That list of don'ts is powerful marketing. So how does it claim to pull this off? What's the actual process described in the material?
Well, the sources keep boiling it down to this really simple 3-step process. It's almost formulaic. Step 1, you get the system.
Okay, simple enough.
Step 2, you activate a method. They have these catchy names for it, like the 30-second phone tap or the viral tap trick. Sounds very easy.
And step 3 is just.
Step 3 is basically watch the income roll in. They often mention seeing like $50 payments popping up again and again.
That tap seems to be doing a lot of heavy lifting in their explanation. Do they elaborate on how one tap does all that?
They say it triggers a kind of chain reaction. That single tap is meant to be the thing that activates all those different income streams at the same time.
So just one action supposedly sets multiple things in motion.
That's the claim. And the sources actually list the types of income streams that this one tap is supposed to trigger.
Ah, right. What's on that list?
It includes things like instant micro payouts, recurring affiliate income, getting paid for views on AI monetized content,
Okay.
faceless ad revenue, which ties into not needing to show your face, and even high-ticket commissions from what they call secret done-for-you or DFY offers.
That's quite a mix of income types from one claimed action. They also mentioned something about trending content and AI, right?
Yes, exactly. The system apparently works by sharing content that's already going viral. Some sources even mention using stuff from celebrities like The Rock or Kim K, or even political figures like Trump as examples of creators whose viral content you could leverage.
So you're piggybacking on existing popularity.
Right. And then AI supposedly does the, quote, grunt work. The idea is the AI keeps things running and the money coming in automatically, even if you're asleep or offline.
Okay, so the combination is simple tap, leverage viral stuff, AI handles the rest. That's the core mechanism presented. What about the key features and benefits? How is it marketed?
Well, the standout features they really push are things like one-tap profit, obviously highlighting that ease of activation, and no face, no fuss, again, reinforcing no selling, no videos, no creating your own content.
And the AI part, AI-powered automation. They claim it works while you sleep. It's autonomous.
Totally. They also mention cross-platform earnings, hitting those multiple networks like Warrior Plus and ClickBank, and they hammer home the zero tech needed angle.
Built for people who aren't coders or experienced marketers. Makes sense for their target audience.
Definitely. Plus, they promise instant publishing results, like you could start earning in minutes or maybe a few days. It's cloud-based, so works on any device with Wi-Fi.
And it's a 24/7 monetization engine. That phrase pops up.
Yeah. So the outcomes they're promising are, well, pretty big, generating $50 to $500 plus daily, skipping all the usual online business grind, product creation, content, traffic generation.
Building multiple income streams with just one action, getting results super fast, and basically turning your Wi-Fi connection into a, quote, wealth generator.
It paints a very, very attractive picture, doesn't it? Especially for someone maybe struggling to get started online.
Which leads perfectly into who the sources say this is actually for. Who's the target user?
Primarily, it seems aimed squarely at beginners, people looking for their first real online income.
The sources also mention maybe existing marketers who want something more hands-off, like automated commissions, or just people who are short on time, experience, or money.
Right. They do add a small note about who it might not be for like advanced coders, suggesting it might be too simple for them.
But the main message, overwhelmingly, is that it's for anyone with a phone and Wi-Fi. That phrase comes up a lot.
Yeah, they really stress that your background doesn't matter, your location doesn't matter. They even claim it works worldwide, listing places like the UK, Australia, India, Nigeria.
And your tech skills are irrelevant. They give examples of supposed users, a cashier, a single mom, a retired welder achieving results. If you can tap a screen and connect to Wi-Fi, the claim is you're good to go.
It's positioned as universally accessible.
Okay, so let's try and peek under the hood a bit based on what the sources reveal.
Well, even though it's wrapped up in this language of a unique system or a loophole or even an AI money printer,
Right.
the core engine, which some sources do acknowledge, seems to be affiliate marketing combined with leveraging online content and traffic.
Yeah.
And, affiliate marketing itself is a real legitimate business model. You promote stuff, you get a commission.
Sure, lots of people do that.
The claimed uniqueness here is the method, the simple tap, the AI automation doing it all for you. That's the specific angle being sold.
Gotcha. And there's a creator named?
Yes, the sources identify Glenn Kosky. He's described as a pretty successful figure in the online marketing space, a Warrior Plus top vendor, ClickBank Platinum partner. Those are real credentials on those platforms. Okay. And the language used to sell this. Wow, it's really something else.
Oh, it's incredibly strong. Lots of hyperbole. We're seeing phrases like most unfair passive income loophole, sneaky, brain dead simple,
It's printing us multiple income streams.
AI money printer. They even compare it to a broken vending machine just spitting out cash or like flipping a Wi-Fi powered cash switch.
It's intense. And just to be clear, we're reporting these terms directly as they appear in the source material provided. We're not endorsing the language, just noting what's there.
Exactly. We're just relaying the claims. So, okay, we've got the dazzling promises, the claimed mechanism. What about the practical stuff? Like, what does it cost? What are the terms?
Well, the price you see up front, the front-end cost, is generally listed in the sources as $17.
Okay, pretty low entry point.
Yeah, though one review did mention seeing it for $14 with some kind of discount. But the marketing around it pushes this idea of it being an early bird or a special launch price, lots of urgency price going up hourly, that kind of thing.
Classic online marketing tactic. Now, you mentioned some marketing might imply that's all you need.
Right, some slogans might suggest it's all-inclusive or no upsells required, but the more detailed sources, especially the reviews looking closely at it, they clearly lay out that there are additional offers after you buy that initial $17 product, OTOs or one-time offers.
Yeah, the sources detail a whole structure of these upsells at different price points. Things like an unlimited version, a done-for-you package, unlimited traffic automation, something called the ATM edition, and even license rights to sell the system yourself.
So definitely more to buy after the initial purchase, according to these sources. What about a guarantee? Is there a safety net?
The sources all mention a money-back guarantee. There's a little inconsistency in the time frame mentioned. One source said 30 days, but several others, including what looks like the main sales page source, talk about a 180-day guarantee.
6 months, that's quite long.
Yeah, and it's described often as no questions asked or unconditional. So on paper, a strong guarantee.
And do they mention things like customer support or bonuses?
Yes, support is part of the package. One source described it as dedicated 24/7 VIP support, and bonuses are definitely used as incentives. Lots of bonus packages mentioned, often tied to buying quickly or through certain links, things like more done-for-you assets, extra training, live Q&A sessions, special upgrades.
Okay, so we've covered the really positive claims, the features, the offer details as presented in most of the material. But like we said up front, the sources aren't uniformly positive. Let's get into those cautions now.
Right. So on the positive side, The sources do include testimonials and specific examples of claimed success. They mention users supposedly making $320 in a day, $1,100 in a week, even $4,900 in a month.
And they name names sometimes like a John, a Nigel, a Sarah, praising how easy and effective it is.
Yes. But then you have other parts of the source material, particularly one quite critical review that explicitly points out potential red flags. It raises concerns specifically about this system's operation and the way it's marketed.
This is where we see that contrast really clearly within the material itself. What are the specific concerns being raised?
Well, a major one is that the claims and the marketing language just seem incredibly overhyped compared to what the reality is likely to be for an average user. That's a direct observation from the critical source.
Okay, what else?
Questions about the testimonials and endorsements themselves. Are they transparent? One source points out that some testimonials shown might actually be from students of the creator's higher-level private coaching or mentorship programs.
Ah, so maybe not solely from using this specific $17 system.
Exactly. That's the implication raised. And very significantly, the critical sources highlight that those impressive income screenshots you often see, they're frequently the creator's own earnings, not typical user results.
Even if there's a disclaimer somewhere saying results aren't guaranteed.
Right. The disclaimer might be small print compared to the huge headline claim. And one critical review even flags the potential for outright fake testimonials being used.
That's a serious concern.
Definitely. Then there's the issue of the upsells. Despite maybe implying you don't need them, the sources confirm there's an aggressive upsell structure waiting after you buy. That mismatch is flagged as a concern.
And did they mention refunds?
The critical source mentioned finding negative user reviews that reported potential difficulties in getting refunds, despite the advertised guarantee.
Anything else about the presentation?
Just observations about the sales page style itself, things like it feeling like a generic copy-paste sales page, and relying heavily on those urgency timers and limited spots tactics to pressure people into buying immediately.
And that critical source, while acknowledging affiliate marketing, is legit?
Yes, they make a point of saying that while the model is real, this specific system's implementation and the way it seems to operate, based on their analysis, raises significant concerns compared to more standard, transparent affiliate methods.
Okay, so quite a lot to unpack there on the caution side as well. Let's try to synthesize this now and bring it all together for you listening.
So what we have from these sources is really a dual picture. On one hand, you've got this incredibly compelling promise. Easy, fast, almost completely automated passive income. Just tap your phone, let AI and viral content do the work. It's designed for anyone, anywhere, no skills needed.
A very seductive pitch. But then, on the other hand, woven into the same source material, you have these specific warnings and potential red flags. Concerns about the marketing being overblown, questions about where the testimonials and income proof really come from, the hidden upsell structure, potential refund issues, and just general doubts about whether a total beginner can realistically achieve those kinds of massive, effortless results claimed.
The core idea, as we discussed, revolves around affiliate marketing sharing content, driving traffic using automation. That concept isn't outlandish. It could potentially generate income.
But it's the scale of income, the speed, the claimed ease and passivity where the sources really present conflicting information. There's a definite tension.
Yeah, a real discrepancy between the marketing shouting, stupid simple, brain dead simple, you literally can't mess this up, and the reality suggested by the disclaimers and the critical reviews, which imply that, like anything, results probably depend on actually following the training, taking action, and that the initial marketing might be, well, significantly exaggerated.
It's a pattern, isn't it? Huge claims, simple steps, lots of urgency. Then you dig deeper and find the disclaimers, the upsells, the questions about proof. Our sources here seem to follow that familiar blueprint quite closely.
It's certainly a common narrative presented in the online make money fast space, as reflected in these materials.
Okay, so wrapping up this deep dive.
We've explored the source material describing this Wi-Fi passive income stream system. It promises big passive income from just a phone tap using AI and trending content, supposedly perfect for absolute beginners.
We've laid out the exciting potential and the specific results claimed in some sources. But we've also highlighted the significant points of caution and the potential red flags raised within that same body of material questioning the marketing, the proof, and the true effort involved.
So here's a final thought for you to consider. When you encounter these systems online, promising huge returns for minimal effort, like turning your phone into an ATM with just a tap, especially when the sources themselves present these internal contradictions, the dazzling claims alongside serious warnings about hype and transparency. How do you personally evaluate that?
How do you navigate opportunities that seem, frankly, almost too good to be true? And based on everything we've looked at today from these sources, what does passive income really mean in this kind of context? That's definitely something to mull over.